Your Borough of London Maidenhead will be making an audio recording of this meeting, and we do have a member of the public who has asked for permission to film the meeting. If you are a member of the public and you want to make sure that you don't appear, can you please make sure that you're sitting somewhere in the back of the chamber, because it is your right not to appear. I'm afraid, members, you have to stay put. Do we have any apologies for absence?
Madam Mayor, Councillor Pryor.
Thank you.
Madam Mayor, I don't know whether Councillor Jones has apologised. It's very likely she will be late.
Thank you.
Madam Mayor, if I can continue, then we have apologies from Councillors Michael Airy, Dr L Evans, Councillor Jones, Councillor Lyon, Councillor Pryor and Councillor Saunders.
Thank you. I will move on now to item number 2 on the agenda, the council minutes, to receive the minutes of the meeting held on the 28th of July. Are they a correct record of the meeting? Is that agreed? Agreed. Thank you. Do we have any declarations of interest from members on items appearing on this evening's agenda? Thank you, Councillor.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Yes, I would like to declare an interest in a motion. I would like to declare an interest, Madam Mayor, in a motion in my name, because I am an ambassador for the Alexander Divine Charity, children's charity. As the motion is not in my name, I will not be voting on this, but I would like to stay in the chamber.
Thank you, Councillor Hunt. I suppose I also should make the same declaration. I am an ambassador for Alexander Divine. Councillor Burby.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just to declare an interest in the item on constitutional amendments which refers to negotiations with Bray Parish Council. I am a Bray Parish Councillor. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Coppinger.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. In the interest of transparency, I would like to advise Council that I am asking a question today on behalf of the Maidenhead Carpet Shooting Club, and I am a member of that club.
Thank you. Councillor Dudley.
Madam Mayor, as in the case of Councillor Burbidge, I'd like to declare an interest in respect to Bray Parish Council for item number 11. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. I also am a member of Bray Parish Council, and so therefore declaring an interest in the previously said item.
Thank you, Councillor Wilson. Thank you.
Councillor Lane.
I'm sorry, Councillor Rayner.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd like to declare an interest in item 13C and question J. My family works very closely with a charity that supports the refugees in Syria. I think it'd be prudent, with the knowledge I have, that I leave the chamber, because I've got personal presidential interest. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Mrs. Rayner.
I would also like to declare a state interest, and also I'd like to declare an interest in the statute and how it's on to line, as I do fundraising for them.
Thank you. Councillor Tarbesti.
I would also like to declare an interest. I'm also a volunteer for Alexander Divine.
Councillor Mrs. Atkinson.
I would like to declare an interest because I'm responsible for them.
Thank you. I think we're probably done now. Thank you. We then move on to item number 4, Mayor's Communications. Now these are on page 36. And for expediency they are set out there. for you to see. The visits and where we have attended, Councillor Luxon as the Deputy Mayor and myself since the last meeting. Perhaps I should mention one visit in particular, which was to WAMSAD, now Sports Aid, who were celebrating their 40 years. And members are very welcome to come along to the Mayor's Parlour at some time to see that at their ceremony we were awarded for our support over the years and the help we've given them a very nice set of whisky glasses. No whisky to go in them, I'm afraid, but very nice cut glass whisky glasses for the support that we have given them as a borough over the years. Thank you. We now go to our public questions, but there are none received in time today. Do we have any petitions? Councillor Mrs Bateson.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm going to present this petition on behalf of Sunningdale Parish Council, and that is that we, the undersigned, wish the Royal Borough of Windsor and Maidenhead to consider reducing the recently implemented 18-ton weight limit on the Chobham Road in Sunningdale, Chobham Road Railway Bridge in Sunningdale, to a maximum of 7.5 tonnes. We are concerned that the large lorries pose a safety risk due to the limited road width of the bridge, causing the vehicles to cross the centre double white line and limit visibility on oncoming traffic. I have here 790 signatures in here, and I also have an e-petition of another 213. That altogether, Madam Mayor, makes 1,003. The petition is in response to a marked increase in traffic, particularly heavy traffic vehicles, travelling along the Chobham Road, which is the High Street in Sunningdale. The Parish Council are concerned that the construction traffic from the planned Dera development at Longcross in Surrey will routinely use the bridge. This development at Longcross, the Dera site, there will be a data centre there, the largest in Europe, which will take 3,000 employees, not to mention hundreds of houses, a leisure centre and various other things. So the Royal Borough introduced this 18-ton weight limit in June after it acknowledged that with its shops, houses and streets, and street parking, heavy lorries should not use the bridge. It's an S-bend bridge and it's unsafe for people coming the other way because the lorries have to come on the other side of the road. So for that reason, the lead member and the Sunningdale Council would like to request that the petition goes to Cabinet, where the weight restriction limit can be discussed. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. I will ensure that it's passed to Cabinet and the correct lead member. Thank you. We now move on to the appointment of monitoring officer, and that paper is being presented by Councillor Burbidge.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. The recommendation on page 37 should read Council, not Cabinet. This report gives us a designated monitoring officer, and tonight we are proposing to appoint David Scott into that role with effect from the 1st of December. David will be supported by legal colleagues from our shared legal service with Wokingham. Happy to take any questions, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Does anyone wish to speak on this item? Has anyone? Councillor Werner.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to commend the giving the job to David Scott, monitoring officer. It's a good decision, and I welcome it. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have someone to second this? Councillor Dudley.
Next to second, Madam Mayor.
Thank you.
And I echo Councillor Werner's wise words.
It rather sounds as though most people are pleased about this, so may we go to the vote on this? Are we ready? Thank you. We now move on to the replacement of designated public space orders with public space protection order. Councillor Cox.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Members, this paper comes to Council as a result of the implementation of the Anti-Social Behaviour, Crime and Policing Act of 2014. The Act seeks to replace designated public place orders, or DPPOs, with public space protection orders, or PSPOs. That change is going to take place by October 2017, regardless of what Council actually does. A DPPO enables local authorities to regulate activities such as the consumption of alcohol, which may lead to antisocial behaviour, by imposing restrictions in areas where problems may occur. They empower the police to remove alcohol where they felt it appropriate, hence why they gained the name alcohol-free zones. PSPOs are similar, but extend the power of local authorities to introduce restrictions for other activities, provided that the activity has or is likely to have a detrimental effect on the quality of life of those in the locality, is or is likely to be persistent or continuing in nature, is or is likely to be unreasonable, and justifies the restriction imposed. Cabinet asked for existing DPPOs to be reviewed. A consultation was carried out, and in light of that consultation, it was felt appropriate to recommend that the two existing DPPOs that are already in place within the borough be replaced with one PSPO, with the inclusion of an anomaly that was found at Riverside Gardens. This will allow the introduction of PSPOs in the borough in advance of the October 2017 date. Furthermore, Cabinet recommends that the Constitution be amended to create a panel to be known as the PSPO panel to consider PSPOs within a single ward. Larger matters and the introduction of new types of PSPO will have to be considered by full council after Cabinet submits a recommendation. Details of the panel can be found in the next paper that we're considering on constitutional changes. The recommendations are set out at pages 42 and 43 of the agenda, and I ask Council to agree.
Thank you. Councillor Werner.
Happy second.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. I really welcome this. I was seriously concerned that the sort of good work we did on the alcohol-free zones was going to get sort of forgotten about with this change in law, so I'm really pleased this has been brought forward. I'm also really pleased that there's a mechanism for increasing the number of alcohol-free zones, or when we try to do the initials, in the future where there's a particular problem. Back in 2004 in Pinckney's Green, we had a whole series of bad, lurid maintenance advertiser front pages about the behaviour on the Pinckney's Green estate, the Halifax Road estate. We put together on the estate a series of measures, of which one of them was the first alcohol-free zone in the borough. And the huge success of that, Touchwood, Pinckney's Green estate, hasn't been featured in the main head advertiser for anything but good reason since then. I think it was absolutely fundamental part of solving some of the problems we had on the estate. So, I'd say to all the other councillors, when you have a problem like this, there are lots of approaches you can take to deal with antisocial behaviour, and this is a really good one. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who wishes to speak on this recommendation? Are we ready to vote on this? Are we ready? Agree. Thank you.
Question 8 or question 13. But he should amend it. Should declare whatever you recommend.
I've just been passed a note from Councillor Rayner. I believe you need to speak to the meeting.
Oh yes. I'll just read over the minutes, and as we say, I should have declared an interest on item question B, smart motorways. As you know, we're landowners, we're having some of our land forestry purchases for the scheme, so I'll have to leave the room. I'll have to tell my wife to as well.
Thank you. We now move on to the Code of Conduct amendments from Councillor Burbidge. No.
Item 9.